up, everybody? What's up, everybody? It is your main man, juggernaut of multi-platinum production team, Arkatech Beatz.
Arkatech Beatz.
Welcome to the Music Review Live Series. We've been doing the Music Review Live Series now for several weeks. If it's your first time here, welcome. We've been doing this here, trying to basically help artists, help producers sharpen their skills, at the same time create some networking opportunities, at the same time looking for some new talent to connect with. So, possibly collab with, all those type of things. For my producers that are submitting songs, make sure that you're jumping into our school community, future producer society, where we're basically teaching the music business and we're doing different things there. So make sure that you're jumping in. We've just started to upload some more archive tutorials, some more things. We're just going to keep loading it up. So just keep your eyes on the classroom to just keep seeing more things getting added into that portal day by day. We are adding stuff in. Shout out to everybody that's jumped into that and who's been contributing inside of that community. Shout out to my folks. So, we got quite a few songs that have been submitted into the portal. We are currently at 693 total submissions over the last couple of weeks that we've been doing this. So that's always been a good look. So, we're definitely just trying to keep it moving. If you're not familiar with us in terms of us as Arkatech Beatz, shout out to my partner, Mike Trauma D. We are multi-platinum producers. We're responsible for producing for the some of the biggest artists in hip-hop, to be quite honest. Right? Big Pun, Nas, Prodigy of Mobb Deep, Jadakiss, The Game, Lloyd Banks, Max B, French Montana. Max B, Why You Do That? French Montana, Me Too. That's on Coke Wave 3.5 out now. Make sure that you guys go check that out. Collaborations with Max B, Wiz Khalifa, Max B, and 2 Chainz coming soon. Red Cafe coming soon. So all of these things are coming soon. $1 Million Baby 4 coming soon. Make sure y'all go check those things out as they drop in. And like I said, we're going to be listening to some more tunes tonight. We're just waiting for the chat to kind of catch up. And typically what happens is, we have to wait for the algorithm to kind of do its thing. The algorithm works kind of funny these days. But, we're going to make it do what it got to do, you know what I mean? So shout out to everybody that's jumping in. In the meantime, while we get ready for some folks to jump in, because I know some folks did do some super skips, some skips, etc. I want to give them the opportunity to jump into the live streams and let the notifications work. So, we're going to just play a few tunes as we get ready to get this started. We'll get started in here in about another 5 minutes or so.
Arkatech Beatz.
What do you do when the love's that good? Every single inch is working like it should. What's a girl to do when a man's that fine? Feeling like a diamond, shining all the time. When he says he wants me, baby, don't you know? It drives me insane and I can't stop thinking about you, baby. It drives me insane and I can't stop thinking about you, baby. It drives me insane and I can't stop thinking about you, baby. It drives me insane and I can't stop thinking about you, baby. What do you do when the love's that good? Working like it should. What's a girl to do when a man's that fine? Shining all the time. When he says he wants me, baby, don't you know? It drives me insane and I can't stop thinking about you, baby. It drives me insane and I can't stop thinking about you, baby. It drives me insane and I can't stop thinking about you.
music with us tonight. Let's go. Under the rocks, what up?
Arkatech Beatz.
Shout out to everybody that's jumping into the live or streaming across all platforms. Kick, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Rumble, TikTok. Everywhere at one time. Instagram, so forth and so on. We're about to get into this first joint. It's called Archetype Unknown by Who Is Kai. We're about to jump into this joint. This joint is a skip. Again, we have approximately over 300 tracks in the queue. So, you know, I'm only on here for a short period of time as we have been working on a lot of projects. So we only got about an hour per day, give or take, you know what I mean, to kind of listen to some of this stuff. This is Who Is Kai.
Actually get a strong hit of it, which is in no way dangerous, but simply a true boundary dissolving hit. It's into some place. It's almost like
play with your eardrums.
Figured it out. What was wrong?
Hey yo, from Quebec.
So, yo, shout out to Who Is Kai for sending this Archetype Unknown beat. Yo, like in my opinion, I feel like it's produced very clean. You know what I'm saying? I feel like your drums is knocking, the bass line is really like buzzing where it needs to. It's like it's really doing what it needs to do. It got a lot of intricate voice samples, etc. that's going inside, in and out of the beat. Pause. The only issue for me, and I speak about this a lot, it depends on where you want to make this beat fly. If this is just kind of a vibe type of record, then you know it doesn't follow any real, like I can't really follow the format of it per se. it's not giving me anything like that. It doesn't give me song structure that I would like to hear in traditional means or terms. So it's hard for me to kind of get an idea of, okay, this part of the beat should be the hook, this part of the beat should be, the verses, this part of the beat should be the bridge or mini bridge or whatever that might be looking like. So to me, it just kind of seems like it's just kind of going. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just kind of doing its own thing, which is okay to a degree because of the fact that you have a good sonic quality here. You're kind of able to get away with a little bit of murder. A lot of times if you have a beat that has a good mix and have good drums and stuff like that, sometimes you might be able to get away with a little bit of that because you have the instrumentation and the record is sounding clean. So you might be able to get away with some things that most people may not be able to get away with. But in my opinion, I think the way that we bring this home, right, is just for us to create what I always say, man, create the song structure for us. Create an intro that doesn't go too long. Let's go right into the verse or right into the hook, right? Let's make sure that we're doing those things for 8 bars. Let's make sure we're doing another 8 bars for the verses or whatever may be looking to get rapped on or sang on. That's if that's the intention for this beat. If that the intention is that for you to sell it to an artist, that's the way it need to go. If your intention is to you to use it for sync for something else, then it may be able to fly the way that it's going with the changes. Right, so it just kind of depends on what you're trying to really take this and where you're trying to get this put to. But from this vantage point, and for people who've been watching this stream, and people who get into this stream in terms of doing the music production and review streams, the way that I see it and the way that the people that submit here are looking to make sure that if they're just beats, then most times folks are looking to get those pitched to land with artists for placement. And the way that I can only give you the feedback on that is for you to get it placed that way is that you really need to follow a certain song format to give you the best chances of your record being heard accurately. Because what you do, like I said, I've always said this before, you don't want to put yourself in a situation where your record gets recorded and then it's recorded out of sorts and you're not in a position to fix it, right? A lot of guys don't realize that they're not in a position to really get their hands back on their record once you send it out. You're not in a position to get back into the studio, and all types of stuff. You know what I mean? So folks will say it's experimental. Listen, it's all good. You know what I mean? But it's all good, but when you're experimenting, remember, nobody really hears you when you're experimenting. You know what I mean? When you start putting it out there, it's no longer an experiment. It's time for the world to hear what it is, right? So that's where we are. Shout out to everybody that's jumping into the live. We appreciate that. Who is Kai? Thank you for your submission. This was Architect Unknown. Archetype Unknown, sorry. I appreciate you submitting this. Who is Kai? Make sure y'all check that out. I like the way his drums was knocking though. I like that. We about to jump into another joint. Don, you said you just figured out the sample. I figured out to sample last night on the studio. What happened, bro? What was the thing that was missing? This is BMW by Noor. Excuse me. We're gonna take a listen to this in just a second. Gotta make sure my stuff is working here. Let's see what we got. SoundCloud. Oh yeah. This is BMW by Noor. Ah, gotcha.
Flights out to Boston, snow falling when I drive your BMW. Like what is real? Stocks going up, health declining. Clock keeps on talking, so stalling while I'm lost in this fantasy. It's fantasy. my jewelry on, but it's dark out. Outro when I get anxious. At the bar, you make me feel like I'm a god. Playing on my feet, no Nike. Is it you like I thought? I came with everything that you thought it was. So baby, don't pretend that you want it all. 'Cause it's safe to fall, no matter the weather, baby, we can do it all. Running at the speed of light. Mimosas after all you flights, yeah. You missed the signs, but here you'll see the stars collide. Flights out to Boston, snow falling when I drive your BMW. Like what is real? Stars going on, don't declining. Clock keeps on talking, so stalling while I'm lost in this fantasy. This fantasy.
Yo, that's BMW by Nor. Like I hear the hook, but it's not standing out.
Flights out to Boston, snow falling when I drive your BMW. Like what is real? Stocks going up, health declining. Clock keeps on talking, so stalling while I'm lost in this fantasy. This fantasy. Got my jewelry on, but it's dark out. Outro when I get anxious. At the bar, you make me feel like I'm a god. Playing on my feet, no Nike. Is it you like I thought? I came with everything that you thought it was. So baby, don't pretend that you want it all. 'Cause it's safe to fall, no matter the weather, baby, we can do it all. Running at the speed of light. Mimosas after all your flights, yeah.
Yeah, this is not following the song formats that it really should. It's just kind of like a run-on sentence, you know what I mean, and just continues to go. So like Nora, I'm gonna need you to really take a look at a lot of the other streams that we've been doing with the music reviews, because this has been like an ongoing theme for us here. And the main thing is like this, right? So you picked a decent beat. You picked a decent beat. I feel like the beat is pretty cool and pretty chill. I feel that's all right. I feel like you have an okay voice. I feel like, we probably might need to throw some more tune on that, just to kind of make sure that we're like not too pitchy and we're staying where we need to stay as far as the pocket is concerned. The songwriting isn't standing out to me, right? So, it's not really standing out per se. It kind of goes, but it's not necessarily a thing that I can follow. And then there's no like defined hook here. So there's no part of the hook that really stands out. And again, it just sounds like a 8-bar run on. And it doesn't repeat frequent enough for us to kind of get an idea of what that hook may actually be, right? Now, this is one of those cases where, again, I feel like somebody might be able to benefit from using a Suno or an AI. Like, take what you wrote or take what you recorded, put it into the AI to see what kind of cover it can give us, and then kind of tweak your lyrics, tweak your vocal performance to kind of get us to a particular standard, right? It's because right now it's kind of like all over, it's just kind of like, you got a vibe and you're just kind of singing kind of freestyle type of vibes. And I guess that's cool, but not in a traditional song structure case, not in a situation where you're trying to get people to really listen to your music over and over again, not in a situation where you want people to probably buy your project. or buy your products or your music or things that may be associated with it. We want to create, again, the right music bed. And the right music bed contains structured hooks, structured verses, in some cases mini bridges, in some cases bridges. But for the most part, structured hooks, structured verses, intros possibly, outros possibly. Right? All of those things are extras depending on where you are skill-wise and depending on where you can, how you can kind of get to the point. If you're going to have too long of an extended verse, then that creates an issue, right? Or if you have a long outro, then that creates an issue. So I would tell folks to stay away from it until you understand, what is it really going to take for you to do it effectively and to make sure that you're not losing the listeners. Like, we cannot lose the listener. We're creating these things that don't have, or creating these songs that don't have, basic song structure. Like, this is not going to work, right? It's just going to sound like just run-on verses, and people will say, hey, that's cool, but you'll never get listened to again. You know what I mean? Because there's no hook. There's nothing to hook us to come back and listen again, right? So I hope you can take some of that feedback on that. That was BMW by Noor. You said it's produced and written by you. If you did the beat and everything, man, kudos to you. If you're able to do all of that, then you definitely have some promise. You just have to work on getting that structure together. Well, if you can get that song structure together, you're gonna be all right. Shout out to you for submitting. I appreciate that. Boy Swagger, man, what's up with you, man? You all right? This is Rare View by Dimitri Deshawn. Hold on a second. Let me just check something real quick. Hey, man, submit through the portal. The link is on the screen. That's the only way we're listening to anything. Shout out to everybody jumping into the live. This is Rare View by Dimitri Deshawn. Let's take a listen to this.
Everything that we built in the past few, I've been struggling to get up out the rear view. Yeah, always in my mind like, whoa, I don't wanna waste your time. Like, I've been so stuck in my head, it's insanity. Not really up in the game for the vanity. I'm not even in the spot that I plan to be. Trying to make it to the top for my family. Writing so much that I had to put the fucking pen down. They ain't even listening, I'm screaming down, man down. I've been steady wasting my time. Like, damn tired of using that line. She said she different, but she been acting too basic. I'm trying to roll the love up and face it. If I got a problem, I ain't even finna say shit. Every time I do, I feel like I just be erasing everything that we built in the past few. I've been struggling to stay up out the rear view. Everything that we built in the past few, I've been struggling to stay up out the rear view. Holy fuck, I'm losing my mind. Burning up, I'm running out of time. These niggas been saying they on the grind, but I don't even see them on the climb. I'm so high, on my mind, I could fly. If I really try, I might make it in the sky. But damn, I feel like Icarus. You don't wanna try, you been trying to get rid of this. Saying all that dumb shit, words getting venomous. I don't even know why the fuck you put me up in the list. Everything that we built in the past few, I've been struggling to stay up out the rear view. Everything that we built in the past few, I've been struggling to stay up out the rear view. I might just get up and hang myself, don't care if you need me. It's not even about all the fame and wealth, don't want them to envy me. Everything that we built in the past few, I've been struggling to stay up out the rear view.
Richie, thanks for the rose. That's a review by Dimitri Deshawn. Yo, bro, I don't know if this goes. Like it's really okay. Excuse me, like it's really just okay. You know what I mean? Like it's not a standout to me, right? The beat is kind of doing two things at once, right? Because you have the beat is kind of going slow, and then we got the percussion going faster than that, and then your rhyme is going fast where the beat is kind of going slow. And I'm just listening to it, and I'm like, okay. And I feel like you got a cool voice, and I feel like you got a cool rhyme scheme. But I don't know if it fits this particular track. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if these two are married the way it needs to be married. And then your hooks aren't long enough. They're only 4 bars.
Yeah, always in my mind, like, whoa, I don't wanna waste your time, like, I've been so stuck in my head, it's insanity. Not really up in the game for the vanity. I'm not even in the spot that I plan to be. Trying to make it to the top for my family. Writing so much that I had to put the fucking pen down. They ain't even listening, I'm screaming down, man down. I've been steady wasting my time, like, damn tired of using that line. She said she different, but she been acting too basic. I'm trying to roll the love up and face it. If I got a problem, I ain't even finna say shit. Every time I do, I feel like I just be erasing everything that we built in the past few.
Yeah, like it doesn't feel like it's a good marriage to me. You know what I mean? Like don't get me wrong, it goes. You know what I'm saying? It goes in terms of technically it goes, right? Meaning like it's not off key, right? So when I say it goes, it's not off key, it's not off beat, it's not off base, right? Like I think all of those things are kind of those things are working in your behalf. That you're on key, that you're on you're on beat, like all of these things are working. I feel like you have a really good rap and singing voice, right? I feel like these things work. My issue is that is this song really going with the instrumentation and the melody and cadence of this beat, because it has the guitar and then it has the 808, and then the hi-hats are doing something totally different, drums is doing something different. Now, while again, all of that stuff goes, and it's technically it goes because it's all in tune and it's not off beat, it's just that does this vocal performance work with this particular beat to stand out, right? And I don't feel like it's doing that.
Struggling to stay up out the rear view. Everything that we built in the past few. I've been struggling to stay up out the rear view. Holy fuck, I'm losing my mind.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like so like your rhyme, your verse is going fast, your hook is going your verse is going fast, your hook is going slow. So it's kind of like, you know, we have to kind of make a decision on how this thing is going to really, how it's going to be able to stand out, and how we're going to be able to hook the listener, to get the listener to really listen to this more than once. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things where I don't want to go say, hey, you know, the song's not working for me, right? But I have to be able to tell you why the song isn't working for me, right? Versus to say, hey, I just don't like it, right? And people can say, well, that's just your opinion. And we're not trying to really work on that type of cadence here. We're trying to say, hey, if there's something that's not working, we need to be able to define why that is, and then we have to be able to say, okay, what can we do to get it to what can we do to get it to stand out? What can we do to get it to sound better? I don't know if, like I said, if the slow parts of this hook are going.
Running up, I'm running out of time. These niggas been saying they on the grind, but I don't even see them on the climb. Like where? I'm so high on my mind, I could fly if I really try. I might make it in the sky.
I think if we stayed right here for the duration of the record, we might be good.
But damn, I feel like Icarus. You don't wanna try, you been trying to get rid of this. Saying all that dumb shit, words getting venomous. I don't even know why the fuck you put me up in the list. Everything that we built in the past few, I've been struggling to stay up out the rear view. Everything that we built in the past few, I've been struggling to stay up out the rear view. I might just get up and hang myself, don't care if you need me.
Yeah, like, I think that's where it is for me. I think it's just that da 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 da, and I know it's trying to follow the 808, but it just doesn't feel like it's really working with me. And then the guitar is doing another thing, the bass is doing another thing, the drum is doing another thing. It's like, to me, it's like too many competing areas for me on this one. Hopefully we can kind of see if we can strip it down to kind of get an idea of what parts of the song work the best, and then kind of write the record, because you have a couple of different styles that you're trying here. We have to kind of see if we can dumb it down to where we can pick a particular way that we're trying to hit it. If we're going to go fast, go fast. If we're going to go slow, and then try to write the record to be like that for the duration of your the duration of the song. But that would be my 2 cents on this, bro. You know what I mean? Thank you for submitting it. I appreciate you. Thank you for jumping into it. That was Rare View, man, by Dimitri Deschamps. We're about to jump into this next joint. And this is called Ball Out Remix. Shout out to y'all that's in the chat, man. Chat, how was y'all Easter, man?
Arkatech Beatz.
Arkatech Beatz that's jumping into the live. We're about to do this joint called Ball Out. This is the next skip that we have. This is a Ball Out remix by Black Diamond WC, and Ball Out. He says he produced, mixed, and mastered this. All right, let's hear it, man. Let's hear what we got.
Want a verse from Bali, cost you 20 P's. And I'm riding in some need for speed, cost 100 G's. Gotta stop flying these bitches out cause they don't wanna leave. Another op that we slide again cause we don't let them grieve. And I spent the band on this thermo, this ain't a real white tee. And this track go 200, girl, this ain't no regular G. So just pulled up a whole pint and I'm not even sleep. I just told this little bitch I can't be with her cause I'm gon' cheat. Niggas know who set the tone for the city, we don't compete. Niggas snitching and we got receipts. Niggas talking, they taking pleas. You nigga like, ho, you nigga weak. All that fake shit, nigga, we peep. Catch you in traffic, nigga don't see. 330 poppers, Lee on the seat. Smoking all pounds, just smoke KDs. Ran around, new Maybach. Feeling like that's your new shit, play back. All the Glocks are fully attached. And the Stu trying to give me a plaque. If I pop out, I'm bringing a rack. We back like in forms, but I'm bringing a lack. I'm a gross man, I'm bringing the crack. He said, this bitch, but I'm bringing her back. After I'm done, I'm sending her back. Rick my feet, Louis my hat. Gallery my pants and gallery my back. I spent a ticket on my neck. I spent chickens on my wrist. Know y'all been waiting for this high shit. I've been flying private all year. Want a burst from Bali, cost you 20 P's. And I'm riding in some need for speed, cost 100 G's. Gotta stop flying these bitches out cause they don't wanna leave. Another op that we slide again cause we don't let them grieve. And I spent the band on this thermo, this ain't a real white tee. And this track go 200, girl, this ain't no regular G. So just pulled up a whole pint and I'm not even sleep. I just told this little bitch I can't be with cause I'm gon' cheat.
Jane on the beat.
That's Ball Out remix, man, by Black Diamond WC. Listen, man, this joint it needs to get mixed better. Like, this mix is not okay. The way that this music is sounding, like the music is sounding like pretty distorted there. You know what I mean? So the music is sounding pretty distorted. It's distorted. We can kind of barely make out the vocals. And that kind of made it hard for us to really listen to what's going on with this, right? As far as the rap is concerned, I think it's decent. Got a decent intro, right?
Want a verse from Bali, cost you 20 P's. And I'm riding some need for speed, cost 100 G's. Gotta stop flying these bitches out cause they don't wanna leave. Another op that we slide again cause we don't let them grieve. And I spent a band on this thermo, this ain't a real white tee. And this track go 200, girl, this ain't no regular G. So just pulled up a whole pint and I'm not even sleep. I just told this little bitch I can't be with her cause I'm gon' cheat. Niggas know who set the tone for the city, we don't compete.
Right, so then the other issue is the 8-bar hook. And you know, we can't do the 8-bar hook, folks. And we keep telling y'all can't do the 8-bar hooks. It's the 4 bars and then a repeat. Big Riz, what up? You know what I'm saying? Thanks for the gift, brother. We can't do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's that hook that just keeps going. You guys are doing 8-bar hooks. I don't know who told you how to do 8-bar hooks, man. The joint is weird. You know what I'm saying? Because if you listen to your songs, man, if you listen to your top songs ain't structured like that. So the idea of having an 8-bar hook, I'm just trying to find out, like, what's the illustration for that? What's the song that gave you guys the okay to do it for 8 bars? Because I don't hear them. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you're listening to something that I ain't listening to. You know what I mean? That could be the case. But I don't understand where this is coming from, the idea of having an 8-bar rap hook in 2026. You know what I'm saying? An 8-bar rap hook. And when I say an 8-bar rap hook, meaning a 8-bar rap hook that just goes, you know, like you got a totally 8 bars of nothing repeats. You know, typically it'll be 4 bars that repeat twice to make 8. And that's not happening here. Or maybe it's the first 4 bars or something, and then the second 4 bars is something that's a chant. Hey, you know what I mean? Something that repeats constantly to get us to 8. But never just 8 bars of rhymes as the hook. Like, we're not doing that in 2026. It just doesn't resonate with the folks, man, and it doesn't give you enough replay value. And you got to realize that we're in a situation where it was more TikTok microwave type stuff than ever. So outside of the mix, that's the first thing, right? We got to get this hook together correctly. It's placed in the right place.
Niggas snitching and we got receipts. Niggas talking, they taking police. You nigga like, oh, you nigga weak. All that fake shit, nigga, we peep. Catching traffic, nigga don't see. 330 poppers, Lee on the seat. Smoking all pounds, you smoke KDs. Ran around, new Maybach. Feeling like that's your new shit, playback. All the Glocks got fully attached. And the Stu trying to give me a plaque. If I pop out, I'm bringing a rack. We back like in force, but I'm bringing a lack. I'm a gross man, I'm bringing the crack. He said it was a bitch, but I'm bringing her back. After I'm done, I'm sending her back. Rick my feet, Louis my hat. Got her my pants and got her my back. I spent a ticket on my neck. I spent chickens on my wrist. Know y'all been waiting for this high shit. I've been flying private all year. Want a verse from Bali, cost you 20 P's. And I'm riding some need for speed, cost 100 G's. You gotta stop flying these bitches out cause they don't wanna leave. Another op that we slide again cause we don't let them grieve. And I spent a band on this thermo, this ain't a real white tee. And this track go 200, girl. This
Yeah, so it's the same thing. It's really just there's a lack of a strong hook on this thing. And shout out to y'all, man. I hope y'all are, like I said, had a good Easter. But for my man Black Diamond on this one, we got to work on the mix on this record. The mix on this record is not really good. It's not up to speed, bro. So that's the first big issue, is that the mix is crazy. And then on the next level, we're not getting a hook that's a standout hook. That's the first problem. And then the second problem is that the hook is just really a run on 8 bars. And we have to have the hook that kind of plays 4 and repeat and repeat. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at with this one, man. You know, this is kind of be like the kind of the constant. But hopefully we can get folks to kind of understand, like, you know, you have to have the appropriate song structure. Now, granted, I think his hooks are in the right place. You got one in the front, you got one in the middle toward the end, and I think that kind of works. You know what I mean? So in terms of that, I feel like he has the right bar placement, he has the right hook placement. They're placed in the right place. It's just that they're not following the right song format in terms of, hey, 4 bars repeat, you know, or 4 bars find something to chant and repeat versus just 8 bars of, you know, of a straight hook. I think that just doesn't work on any records right now. It just don't work right now. But shout out to everybody that jumped into the live. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody that jumping into the live. Faded Freestyle by Shiesty Sean. What is this? Let's see how this sounds. Did I hear this before?
It's Shiesty, you already know. Tram shit, 36 shit. Fucking perky shit. You already know. Got the pillies, bitch, you know that I'm a pop on all these drugs and I'm feeling like a rock star. Smoke so much gas that they calling me a roster. Eating good linguine, mix it with the lobster. Yeah, bitch, I'm big 36, but I walk with mobsters. Yeah, I'm walking around with monster. Yeah, I'm walking around with monster. I'm 36 with my Missy, throw the M up. Yeah, wanna run up and your friend up. Yeah, and you know where he gon' end up. Send his ass to hell, cause the heavens they don't send up. You gon' try to threaten me. I be geek off ecstasy, and I keep a weaponry. Yeah, that's just the X in me. Means it's never stressing me. Means it's never pressing me. Yeah, you cannot get to me. Yeah, you cannot step to me. Yeah, wanna run up on my block, I'll leave him in the morgue. Yeah, leave him on the floor, kick that bitch right out the door. My pillies getting dry, so I think I'ma need some more. I don't got no pillies, so you know I start to shiver. Drinking all this codeine, it be fucking up my liver. I only sip on cold, bitch, I don't fuck with liquor. Yeah, hate it when she start to bicker. Yeah, she just love it when I dick her. She don't give a fuck about me, bitch, I'm getting sicker. But I don't give a fuck, my cup is muddy, it be thicker. Yeah, she eat me up.
Yeah, definitely a freestyle. Kind of all over the place, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like you can, it's a freestyle, man, and guys don't realize that even on a freestyle, you should still format it as a song. You know, it's this is not, you know, 1998, man, where you could just kind of drop a rhyme and ain't got no hook. And if you can do that, you got to be able to really, really rap. You know what I'm saying? So I think in this situation, it's like, you know, he's putting words together, but it's not really meaning anything. It's not really having any hardcore context. You know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of going on and on and on, kind of moving like it wants to go. And again, it's just a freestyle, man. It's just a freestyle. But I guess what I would say is, even if it's just a freestyle, what are we intending to do with this, right? Like, what are we intending to do with this? If we're going to put a freestyle out like this, are we trying to show people that we can rap? Are we trying to show people that we got lyrical prowess? Like, what are we trying to show folks? That we have, like, a dope voice? Like, what are we trying to show with this? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is the purpose of creating the freestyle like this that doesn't have any hook or anything else like that? Like, what does it actually showcase if you're not putting superior rhyme style on it? Or if you're not putting superior lyrics on it? If you're not doing that, then it's really a waste of music. You understand? It's like, you're not going to be able to just kind of go on here and just kind of, you know, I think those days of you just kind of getting on records and bullshitting your way through it, I think those days is over, man. I don't know if y'all realize that this thing is constricting, and it's constricting so fast that it's really squeezing out the trash. Like, it's getting squeezed out so fast, you guys can't even realize that it's being squeezed out. People are like, yo, what's up with the rap music? It's because it's constricting. What we did was we was holding people up that really weren't talented and really didn't have it skill-wise. And they're not able to maintain, you know, what's happening when the game starts to shift. When the game starts to change, you'll start to see who can really be good, because those folks are able to kind of evolve. They're able to kind of navigate and pivot and switch their styles up so that they can last when the things go up and when things go down. The people who were just kind of riding the wave or kind of riding the trend, or hey, let me just do songs that all sound like Drake. When Drake don't come out no more, what happened to you guys? Can't find you. See what I'm saying? So it's like it's one of these things where, you know, these type of songs, man, they only work for certain type of artists. And, you know, I think those days are numbered. You know what I'm saying? So you guys are going to have to get back to doing real rap. You guys are going to have to get back to writing real good songs. And, you know, my other problem with this is everybody's complaining about AI, but nobody's using AI to get better. You know, everybody's complaining about it, but right now with AI, we're supposed to be getting the best fucking music of our lives. Tell me I'm lying. We're supposed to get the best music of our lives right now. Because we got access. We can basically go in the computer and say what we want. We can hum it. We can do this. We can do that. We can get the instrumentation. No live players. None of this. We can get people to sing all of our fucking references. We can get people to sing perfectly in pitch, perfectly in key, do shit right instantly. We're supposed to have the best music being created right now of our lives. And right now we're not getting that. And I just think that's really telling to me that we have all this technology and we have all this stuff, but the music that we're producing is straight trash. It's wild to me. But, you know, I just work here. Shout out to everybody that's jumping into the live. This joint is called Sense by what? By Yosemite Music. Let's listen to it real quick. Let's go. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Shout out to for him sending this in. Yosemite Music, man. I appreciate you for sending it in. It again, like, you know, you hear me counting, like, you know, bring it in, right? You hear me talking about, okay, boom, 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 drop the beat, boom, 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 drop the beat. It's not moving the way that it need to move. Even on a dance situation, like, yo, okay, boom, 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 drop the beat. It's like everything could have happened 16 bars earlier. You know what I'm saying? It's like, get to it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know what I'm saying? And the beat is not dropping fast enough in it to keep us engaged. You know what I'm saying? So even when we're talking about dance music, it's still got to follow that format. It's like, all right, get to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not really getting to it. You're not really, you know, you're not really getting to the party like how, you know, most DJs is going to get to the party and kind of keep it moving. Like this joint, even when it's building up, it's like, okay, we doing 16 bar build up. That could have happened in 8. You know what I mean? So I'm just listening to that and I'm like, okay, we have a lot of different things that are happening in this record. And don't get me wrong, I think this record is produced quite well in terms of where the drums are, where the instrumentation is, where the riders are, where the rises and the falls are happening, where the beat is starting to drop. I think those things could change in terms of where we get things to happen and the events to happen faster. You got to understand, man, this thing is like, you got to get to this motherfucker. You got to get to it. You guys they're playing with it, like, playing with the beat like people got time to waste. Like, you're gonna lose. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying that respectfully. Like, you're gonna lose. This is the attention deficit generation. You're gonna lose when you take too long to you take too long to do anything. You're gonna lose. Take too long to get to your fucking point. You're gonna lose. Take too long to get to the crux of your music. You're gonna lose. You're gonna have to start writing your movies in a certain type of way to keep the attention of the people who keep going on their phones. Like, everything is changing because of the way people consume content and dopamine and the way shit goes. So when it comes down to your music, you gotta get to the motherfucking point. Like, we gotta get to it. If we not get into it, like, you ain't gonna be able to be sitting around here letting it just kind of linger, before we get to the dope part of the song. Like, that's like almost a no-no. Like, there's just no way for it to work in 2026. You know what I'm saying? And no matter how good you got the shit sounding, you got the shit sounding so dope. Like, if you don't have the right amount of things happening at the right time, and this is what's very important about understanding song structure. If you don't see those things happening at the right time, we're dead in the water. You know what I'm saying? So take it from somebody who understands, man. Like, if you're trying to get these songs heard, you're trying to get chosen as a single. If your shit don't fit certain format, your shit ain't getting picked up. They ain't gonna make that into a single. That shit gonna be an album cut, and they're gonna miss out on a ton of money, right? Because typically the album cuts don't get promoted. The album cuts don't get the money put behind it that creates the publishing revenue. You know what I mean? But a lot of times you don't become the single. It's because you didn't have enough hands into it to make the record what it need to be. You know what I'm saying? To make it into a single. You know what I'm saying? Either it doesn't have the hook, either it's not jumping the way it needs to jump. Like, there's a lot of issues that go into stuff when you're not making a record that's, hit to be a single. You said it wasn't intended to be a song at all? Probably. You know what I mean? Probably not. But, we're going to make it do what it got to do. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody that's jumping into the live, man. Shout out to everybody that's been jumping into the portal. Guys, you see we got some new members that are jumping into the mix. So, I'd like to thank you guys for, welcoming new folks that's jumping in. Kaz, we had answered your question related to you having the 10-bar samples. And remember I was saying with a 10-bar sample, and I think Riz was on point in saying that, chop it up, because it helps to we got to get it into stanzas of 8. You know what I mean? We got to get it into 8 bars. If we're not getting it into 8 bars, it kind of creates a thing where things are going to be off. And what I was trying to illustrate is where I've had a situation where we had 10-bar loops. We would basically take maybe either the front two bars or the last 2 bars of it to make it the intro, and then we'll loop in between. So maybe you would start on bar 1, go to bar 3, and then go from 3 to 10, which is 8, because you got to count 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 to make it 8, and then make it loop back to 3, right? Or make it loop from 1 to 8. You know what I'm saying? And then the other 2 would be the intro or outro, or however you would make it go. So typically you can use a 10-bar as the first 2 as the intro, and then the 8 is where it loops, or the last or the first or the last 2 happen to be the outro of a sample for the outro of the beat that you would play at the end of the beat, right? But never really during the course of the beat do we want it to have 10 bars that loop. It'll throw your whole song off, and nobody will be able to follow it. You know what I'm saying? You'll be in there trying to explain yourself to the artist all day, and they'll be like, you know what, bro? This record is not making no sense to me right now. We're going to keep it moving. I seen this other thing in here by Riz. I didn't get a chance to jump into the conversation. He was saying lately, when does the grind start to feel repetitive? Listen, the grind always it is repetitive. You know what I'm saying? And I think that is this is where the warriors are made. The warriors are made that can do the repetitive things, you know, and not make you feel like it's repetitive. These are where the warriors are made. And this is going to come in relation to everything. You guys know what's going to happen if you do your diets the right way, right? It feels repetitive, but that's the only way it's going to really work for you in the long term. It's because you have to stay long enough on task for your body to go through the changes. Whether you got to be in there long enough for you to be through a caloric deficit to lose the weight, or you have to be in a caloric surplus enough to gain some weight. Like, you have to give yourself time for doing that. You have to find a particular workout cadence for it to feel like it's going to work. But, you know, it needs, 8, 12, 16, 20 weeks for us to really see the other side of the coin. You know what I'm saying? And then we make slight tweaks to it, right? When we get to a point where it feels like it's plateau, we make a slight tweak to it to make it feel a little bit different, and then we get back to basics. This joint is a grind. You know what I mean? It is a grind. It is a grind. It does feel competitive. It does feel repetitive. That's what kind of makes us successful, right? That's what makes us different from everybody else, is because we're willing to do the hard things over and over and over again. And most people aren't willing to do that. But that's also the reason for the group. The reason for the group is to help to give you that push along, right? When it feels like nothing is happening, or when it feels like we're working, and we don't see, the progress, or we don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. And a lot of times those are when the intrusive thoughts come in, when things don't happen fast enough. And a lot of us don't have the patience for it. And I say this, I say this because you just don't know what your number is. And I can only speak for me. I can't really speak for everybody else with it, but you don't know what your number is. You don't know if it's going to be beat number 1 that takes off. You don't know if it's beat number 1,000. You don't know if it's video number 1 or video 10,000. You don't know. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what the play is, right? We just know that we just have to keep working. In the same way that we started doing this live stream a year ago, I didn't know we would end up here. I didn't have a plan to it to end up here. I didn't have a plan to say, hey, I'm going to create this, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that. I never had the plan for that. I just had a plan to go live because I wanted to see if I could cook up in real time. I wanted to see if I can deal with the social pressure of it. I wanted to see how I can get better in terms of my communication. I wanted to see if I can get better at my entertainment value. Kind of wanted to see all those things. Now we're here, you know what I'm saying? And then, music is, the music that we created and the things that we built, they wind up landing in real time, we're starting to see the progress in real time, you know what I mean? And the things are happening in real time. And but you'd have to ask yourself, if I didn't go live, right? And let's be honest. Let's talk about some of these records, right? I got a record. Think about these records, right? There's a record with, I can't speak for Me Too because Me Too is an old record. But there's a record with Wiz Khalifa. There's a record with 2 Chainz. And then there's a record with Red Cafe, all done with Max, right? You guys haven't heard it yet, but they'll be out soon. But all of these records, right? We're talking about different records with different artists, right? I don't know. I know 2 Chainz is a multi-platinum artist. I know Wiz is a diamond artist. You got to think about this. Like, all of those beats were made during some point or the other during the live streams. So I ask you, would those things exist if we weren't doing the small things that we didn't know where they were going to go. If we weren't here doing this, if I wasn't here doing this with y'all, right? If we didn't produce those things in real time, they wouldn't exist. They wouldn't have been there for Max to hear. They wouldn't have been there for Wiz to do a live stream or whatever for people to jump on it. So just know that while you're working, the universe is working in tandem with you to get you where you got to go. You just can't see it. A lot of times you just can't see it. You don't know who's watching. You don't know who's, you don't know how it's being built on the other side of the wall. Yeah, you just don't know. You don't know what's happening on the other side of the wall. That's the most frustrating thing about being a creative. You don't know what's happening on the other side of the wall. All you know is that you're posting. All you know is that you're promoting. All you know is that you're doing what you're doing. But you don't know what side of the wall it's going to land on. You know what I'm saying? You just don't never know. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole thing about this creation thing. We try to make it into something that can be, we try to make it into something that can be predictable, right? But the only thing that's really predictable in this music business is your output. That's the only thing that's predictable. That's the only thing you have control over is your output. And you have control over the quality of your output. You have control over that, right? You don't have the control over who it actually resonates with. You know what I'm saying? You know, our goal here is to put the infrastructure in place so that it can find who it needs to find. You understand what I'm saying? So that it can get to who it needs to get to. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what the goal of it is here. And the more people that we can get it to, the greater the chances of us being able to kind of get over the hump, or for us to be able to create the life that we want to create. Yeah, so it's one of those things, man. So I started to put some, if you guys are checking out the coursework, right? And if you guys are in the classroom tab, and just pay attention inside of the classroom tab. I probably need to make more announcement when I'm putting stuff into the classroom tabs, but we're putting more things into those things. A lot of the stuff that I'm having on YouTube are going to start to come over here to be more exclusive. They'll be out there for a little while, but they're not going to stay there. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of that stuff is going to start moving over. I have some more workflows and stuff that I'm going to drop on y'all. I have a ASCAP versus BMI thing. You know what I'm saying? It's not really a versus. It's more of a preference. But I can only tell you from what my experience is, from what I use. Some more trackers, things that relate to, ISRC codes, making sure that we understand ISWC codes, making sure that we understand how those things work in terms of getting your record and your royalties kind of matched up, because this is all metadata. Things that relate to those things. Then also, the great debate as far as, hey, if I'm putting music out, do I do DistroKid? Do I do TuneCore? Do I do Rock Nation? Like, what am I doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, who do I put the music out through? Because you're going to have to release some things. And if you don't want to release anything, you don't have to. But I think you have to release at least one or two things just to establish your artist profile, because you have to have an artist profile that's established through like Apple and Spotify and all those places. And the only way for you to get that to be established is to put out a record. So you got to put out something so that all of those things are established, and that you can start setting up what we call a social media footprint or a digital footprint that will make it easier for you to be found when your music starts to be disseminated. What else? We have to talk about e-commerce. We have to talk about email lists. We have to talk about socials heavy. And we have to talk about curation of socials. We have to talk about content. We have to talk about content tools. We have to talk about AI content tools. We got to talk about Suno. We got to talk about how to build stuff there. We got to talk about how we, just building everything, images, Canva, like so many different places, so many different tools. There are a lot of tools, and there are a lot of things that, a producer might feel like, hey, this is not music production anymore, because it's not. It's like we move away from music production as we start to talk about these tools. When we start talking about Facebook ads and Google ads and all this other shit, it's like we're no longer in the realm of music production. Now we're talking about doing real quote unquote business. But the good thing about it is that you can take a lot of these concepts and you can apply them to any working business. You know what I'm saying? So that's going to be the good thing at the end of this too, at the same time. Because the same way that you would market music and the same way you would promote music is the same way you can market and promote any product that you may make. So, it will be transferable skills. You know what I mean? So I think these are the things that make sense, is making skills that are transferable. As you get upward in age, that's all you got is really your skills. You know what I'm saying? That's all that people care about is those skills. So, we're going to make it do what it got to do. I'm going to hop off of this live. We're going to do a beat cook-up tonight, so I'm probably going to jump back on in another few minutes, maybe a little bit before 10 o'clock, and we're going to cook up some music tonight, and then, get that added in and kind of do what we're doing. So I'm going to check you guys out in just a few. I appreciate y'all, and for the music review, folks, make sure y'all are submitting. We'll be back tomorrow around the same time, 8 o'clock. Let's get into it. You know what I mean? Y'all be safe.